Hi, this is Greg from Tropical Coast Web Design and welcome to our online tutorials for WordPress. In this video, I'm going to show you the various components that make up one of my favorite plugins for WordPress, the Kadence Block plugin. Now the plugin's already installed. If you're not sure how to do that, I've covered that in a previous tutorial. But for this one, let's go and create a brand new page to play around on. Give my page a title to start off with. To access any of the Kadence blocks, it's the same as we do with any other block. We click on the Add Block button and we're going to go Browse All. Now Browse All will bring up every single block that you have and show it over here in the left hand column. I'm going to show you a couple of the ones that I use all the time. First one is the row layout. Now this is similar to the column layout that comes with WordPress, and we've covered that in a previous tutorial as well, but it gives you a few more options. So I prefer this one over the columns plugin. We click on that and we get a multitude of different column setups that we can use, right through from single column to 6 columns across the page. But before we click on any of those, we need to work out what width we want to cover of our page, and that's up here in the options bar. Clicking on change alignment, we can see that we've got align center, which is a column down the center of your page, wide width, slightly wider than the center column, and full width, which is the whole width of the screen. Let's select full width, and you'll see that the box has automatically changed to full width in the editor as well. I'm going to select 3 equal columns, and there they are across the page. Now this is where it starts to vary from the columns setup that comes with WordPress. If I click in between any of those columns, you'll see that I get the percentages used to create those columns, and I can click and drag to change that. So you don't have to be locked in with the percentages it gives you at the beginning. In addition to that, I can also come over here and change the gap between the plugin columns. You'll see it's set to 30 to start with. I can remove it altogether so there's no gap between the columns, or I can make it nice and wide and take it out to 80. Just like with the regular columns block, I can change the background settings, but I can also put in an image if I wanted to. So you've got your colour, and you can select an image to go behind everything. You can still select the columns individually by clicking underneath each of them, and they come up with their own options. So you can actually put in a border, and you can also put in a radius. Text alignment for that particular column, so they can all be different, and you can put in padding. So as you can see, there's a whole heap of different options that you can't get with a standard columns block in WordPress. One of the other blocks that comes with Kadence is the accordion block. Now I found this one to be excellent for frequently asked question sections in websites. You have 4 templates to choose from. I'm just going to go for the base one here. And what it does is it gives you an accordion that opens up when people click on the title. So for example, we type in a title here, and then we type in the text that goes under that title. Once we've done that, we're going to click off it and go to publish, and we'll see how that accordion plugin, accordion block works. Let's go and view the page. Okay, and you'll see that it opens and closes. You can have a whole row of these going down the page and set it so that only one opens at a time. Once again, with the accordion block, you get options over here in the right hand column that you can play around with. You can have the panes closing as you open up a different pane, or you can start with all the panes closed and you have to click on them to open them up one by one. The final part of the Kadence Block plugin I want to look at is spacing. Sometimes you want to put a bit of space between the content of your website. For example, you've got a block of text and you want a space between that and an image that comes underneath. So once again we go Add Block, Browse All, and it comes underneath spacing right at the beginning here. And that puts in a line to space between your content and the content above or below. Again, over here in the right hand column, you can change all the different options with that. Color, how thick the divider is, you can take the thickness off altogether and just have a space. You can change how wide it is. Do you want it to go all the way across the page, or you just want a little small divider in the middle of the page? And you can change the style from solid to dash to dotted to stripe. So there's a whole range of different options with that divider so that you can space your content apart. So as you've seen, when we go over here and look at the Kadence Block plugin, there's a whole heap of different things that you'll need to go through and explore. 13 options in total, but I've found it to be one of the most powerful plugins that I use on any of my sites.